Good morning, beloved friends. It is that time of week again when I pop in, and I'm so delighted that I get to pop in with you, even though it is purely on the internet at this point. It's just good to know that we are still connected. Physical presence is a great thing, but we don't always get that, do we? Not in today's world, in any case. Please remember, as we gather in this internet ethereal space, if you will, that you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved. You are made to be exactly who you are. You are made to be a person of value and worth, who is precious, a gift, and loved just because you're who you are. You don't have to change a thing to be inside that all-encompassing love, because you already are. Now today I wanted to talk a little bit about something that some people say they like, and some people seem to not like, and that is change. Change is something that has come at us rather rapidly and in very pronounced ways over the last couple of years. With the beginning of the pandemic in 2019, and the remainders of the pandemic, so much so that it's no longer, some people are not calling it a pandemic anymore, but that it's endemic, something that will just be a part of our lives. COVID-19 will in some ways be with us. But it certainly changed the fabric of our society in some ways. It affected supply chains. It affected all sorts of things in our world. And for many of us, that was uncomfortable. I hear a lot of people, and their sentiments are, let's get back to where we were before the pandemic. And I have got some bad news for you. We can never go backwards. The only time we have, you and I, or anyone, quite frankly, is now, right this moment. There is no going back to something that happened before. There is simply living in this moment, being as fully present as we can be. I was struck by something this morning. One of the things that I do every day, particularly when I'm here in Alexandria, is I get a cup of coffee and I go down and sit in my chair. And we've talked about practices related to feeling the warmth of the coffee cup and being present in the now. But one of the things I do as I'm drinking my coffee before I do a centering prayer in the morning is I look out at a tree that's not even in my backyard. It's not my tree. It's not my neighbor's tree, to be quite frank with you. It belongs to all that is. However, it's in my neighbor's yard, as if my neighbors could own the yard any more than I could. But in any case, we're not going there. Looking at the tree, I was watching this way the sun caught it. And I thought about how with each passing moment that the sunlight I was looking at on the tree is not the same sunlight that was there even a nanosecond ago. That light is constantly being created and made by the reactions of our star, the sun, and that light is coming to us. And even though when I look at it, I don't think about the fact, I just see light, and I imagine it's a static reality. But it's not a static reality. It's an ever-changing reality. The sunlight is always changing. One of my favorite lines it's actually a song line from The Sound of Music. The nuns are singing about Maria. And they ask the question, how do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? Well, you don't. I mean, you can hold your hand out any sunbeam. The sunbeam or moonbeam you're holding in your hand is constantly changing. And for that matter, So is the hand that's it's being held in. Whether you pay attention to it or not, new blood is pumping through these fingers, these hands, every moment of every day. So it's not exactly the same as it was before. And new skin cells are being born and replacing old skin cells. So the skin I'm looking at today is not the exact same skin I'm looking at yesterday, or the same for you. Everything is changing. We're okay with the incremental change that sneaks up on us. You know, I may want to see the 18-year-old face of James Edward Henry in the mirror when I get up in the morning, but I do not see the 18-year-old young man anymore. I see the late 50s year old man in that mirror, and I'm thankful that he's still around, but he doesn't look the same. And the skin has been replaced multiple times in all of that time. And so much within me and without of me has changed about the world. There is no going back. There is only being present now. And in being fully present now, moving incrementally forward into what is yet to come. Now, if I can be truly present now, if I can catch myself in my breath, if I can catch myself in my thoughts and let them go, if I can truly be present now, then I am in all actuality helping this unfolding of what God is doing since the beginning of all things, until whatever its consummation, whatever its end may be, whatever its full fruition may be, I can be a part of that unfolding and recognize that though I may long for some time that never really existed except in my mind, the only thing I have is now. So instead of trying to grasp after the sunlight or the moonlight, or even the years gone by, and in so doing, losing this moment because I'm not here, I'm grasping after there, what would it look like if I breathe myself into this moment and am here? Breathing in, here I am. Breathing out, here I am. The world is changing. There's no going back. But can I learn to be here and now, not longing for the past or even yearning for or anxious about the future, but truly being here? Because here I am enough. I have enough. Here I am precious. I am loved. I am a gift. Never forget, dear friends, you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved just because you're you. And that right now in this moment, you're enough and you are a gift. Be present and recognize everything is changing, even when it does so in such small ways you don't notice it from moment to moment. Everything is changing, but right now, I have this moment and I'll be here. And speaking of being here, thanks for being here, and I will look forward to being here with you again the next time. Have a great week.